Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with Trader Summit, and it's been a while, but I'm so happy to have with us back again. I have Miss Lori McGwire. She is the CEO of Chart Guys, and she is the chart gal. So,
It's
how
not
you
confusing at all.
how you no, not at all. How you doing, Lori? It's been a while.
I'm doing great. It's been a fun year in the stock market, fun 8.5 years, however long. It's just been an awesome year.
Well, I know it's been a while since we spoke. Last year we spoke, and you were a little worried about the strength of the market then, but then it's been a while since we talked. But here we are sitting at all-time highs, and you know, I I struggle with the argument that the markets can turn lower, but at the same time, you've got these central banks that are very supportive of the markets. A lot of central banks, most of the major central banks are going to start cutting rates, which is just going to give that further, boost of confidence to the bulls. But, there's always that but. Do you see anything in the sectors that you follow, anything that really suggests we might be getting towards the end of this, or are we just going to continue higher? What are your thoughts?
I think we're seeing some signs that things could be topping, but let me preface that with I have a reminder in my multitude of notebooks to remind our viewers every week, at least once a week, the S&P is designed to go up. It's our 500 best companies in the United States. And if you're not one of the best companies, you get kicked out and you get replaced by SMCI or you get replaced by DEC. So the S&P is designed to go up. That's how it's configured. So I don't want to fight the bulls. However, I do feel just like everyone else, this not irrational exuberance, but a really high level of euphoria. I definitely feel it. And I can show you some of the sectors that I'm looking at.
Yeah, let's see them.
All right. So starting out with the S&P sectors that I'm watching that have some double tops. Let's start out XLI. XLI closed last week with a double top here, 125.94 and 126.10. The industrials have really been leading us the past, let's see, since October with everything else. Yep, since October with everything else. And we have a double top. Consumer discretionary, we have a double top, 185.22, 184.89. And this is Amazon and Tesla primarily. And we know Tesla has been a debacle of a chart for a while now, trying to get its act and its life together right now. But we have a double top there. XLC, we have a double top, 82.25, 82.02 that was hit today. We just have a multitude of double tops here. XLF, $42, 42.04, which we know XLF has been an absolute leader since October, just really shining at new all-time highs. But again, a double top. And then healthcare, double top, 147.74, 147.17. Take a shot, by the way, every time I say double top. That's one of the rules. NASDAQ has a double top at 18691, 18709. And then we have RTY with a double top on the daily with 21327 and 31220. So if you're counting, that's about 9 of our major sectors, NASDAQ and RTY being one of our Fab 4 indices. And then we have 7 of our 12 S&P sectors that have double top. So that just gets my attention. And I'm not a big RSI bear divergence person. I will not take a bearish trade based on that alone, because essentially it's just that the stock is just taking a breather. And we've seen that on ES here on the monthly. We've just had this little, I like to call this the trampoline move, where we have this rounded bottom. And as we can see, RSI is making a lower low while price is making a higher high. But that was just healthy consolidation at this point. So I won't take a trade based on that alone. But if price action and volume and EMAs, if I have some more confluence of fibs, then I'll take that trade. It's just an added element of data toward the bears.
So Lori, when you map out like all these double tops that are developing, do you actually classify them as double tops, or are they just resistance? I've come from the school of thought as double tops build stops, meaning that if traders trade against it, they're going to just put their stops above those highs. And if that resistance is taken out, then that just, further accelerates the move. When do you say that's a double top, I'm going to act on it, or is it just resistance?
it's resistance, especially the second time. The double tops are stronger. It's that third time that it's tested. So if you will, I'll just kind of, if you can just forgive me and my drawing abilities. So if you look at this, let me turn off the magnet. And we have blocks that are overhead here of supply. And then bears defended that, saying, hey, we don't think it's worth more than that, so we're going to sell here. Well, every time you go touch that block, you're taking out liquidity. You're taking it out, taking it out. You're taking out that resistance. So that third time, you may have a tiny little block left. You take that out and you break through. So the second tap makes it stronger. The third tap typically can take it out. So right now I'm viewing it as resistance. And I have a pretty strong habit of saying double top at the moment, because it's just double top right now. It's just resistance. It doesn't mean it's going to hold. And I totally acknowledge that. But I thought that it was an unusual amount of our larger sectors that were finding resistance at the daily levels or all-time high levels this week, and I pointed out to our members. It was pretty notable.
So when you have you have all these sectors that are struggling at resistance, and we're obviously, it's very well known that there's a few names that are just dragging the market higher. At what point do you look at the market and say, that is now rotation, and we're going to see money come back into these different sectors out of the, let's just say, the NVIDIAs or the SMCIs of the world, or even the Apples of the world, and make their way back into the industrials, maybe into the different sectors that you've been pointing out? Or at what point do you just get broad-based selling or broad-based buying? What's going to allow for you to come up with that decision that things are about ready to roll over as a broad market, or we're going to just see rotation?
So the rotation, I'm constantly monitoring our largest 6 S&P sectors. Excuse the busyness of this chart. All it has is VWAP, and the largest sector left to right, technology. We have financials, healthcare, consumer discretionary, industrials, and communications. And I'm always watching Apple and semis. And we can see right here that we have financials up near the high of day, healthcare near the high of day, communications near the high of day, semis low of day. So we have rotation. As long as we have 2 of our major 6 sectors near the high of day, it can keep the S&P propped up. It can't keep it propped up forever. And when we see all the major sectors at the low of day, then rotation has stopped. And it's, Katie bar the door, as my grandma would say, you need to, run for cover, because bears are coming in, and they're coming in with, fiercely when we have all sectors at low of day. So that's one of the ways that we monitor whether we're having a trending day up, a trending day down, a chop day, is what are our major sectors doing? And when they're moving together, you're going to have a powerful trend day. And that's when you see that it may be the end of a trend.
Okay. Now I know before we turned on the record button, you are getting a lot of interest in certain sectors of the markets. Which sectors right now are the hot ones that that everybody should be focused on, or at least your traders are focused on?
Thanks for asking. Our number one sector right now is psychedelics and cannabis. And just to show you, we have
hold on. I'm sorry. Can I let me grab my bag of Doritos and my pop. I'll be right back. I'm joking. Okay, go ahead.
It's at 4:20 time. So we have a marijuana channel here, and it's very, very active. We have 900 members there, and they're constantly posting the SAFE Act and updates that I wouldn't be aware of because I'm not overly up to date on the news, but the way that they put the sound bites in, I'm able to keep up. The fun part about cannabis is when it gets going, we trap bears, and it can be fun with the short squeezes. So if you look at CGC over since March 14th, so that is 12 days, we're up 204% in 12 days. So CGC was thrown out to the dogs, left for dead on the side of the road, and just any type of small, tiny news catalyst, these short squeezes just get ignited. And then we have a trade set up that we call the back burner. When you get oversold on the 5-minute after a big run up, you get oversold, and then we look for those bounces, those extreme bounces. We do this in crypto and cannabis and psychedelics and We call it the back burner trade, and it's fairly successful. If you look at Charting Man Dan, who started the chart guys, he's the one that came up with the back burner concept, and he has traded it successfully for years. And it's very helpful in what we call these hype sectors. So GRWG, one of our members noticed it this weekend, that it was having a squeeze. It was, tightening range. And I noticed a squeeze, and I added to the commentary, yeah, this is ready for a breakout. And then yesterday they announced a buyback. So we can see in the technicals, before the news comes out, a lot of times we can see that something's brewing. And then MNMD psychedelics, as you can see, that's just been insane move. MSOS, it's a little choppy right now, but we have been in a weekly uptrend, which is you haven't been able to say about this name for over a year. OGI has recently been running. So I'm just giving you a quick overview of those names that we're watching. Tilray today is having a 9.5% day. Big move up, daily inside bar, bull break, 254 resistance. We have a double top right now, but it's just provided a lot of volatility for day traders who really need range. You want to go to these hype sectors like crypto, like cannabis, like psychedelics to get that range. And semiconductors, ARM, SMCI, NVIDIA, they have been dreamy this year.
All right. And so when you're focused a lot right now on cannabis, psychedelics, and Bitcoin, do you draw any conclusions between those three industries? I'm joking, just joking.
Actually, I do. Actually, we've been noticing correlations with semiconductors and crypto. It's been very unusual. We haven't noticed this in prior years. We notice when the Russell goes up, that can help marijuana go up. That's small cap. That's logical. But the semiconductors and crypto, that's a new correlation. That's a direct correlation. When one goes up, the other went up. We saw it yesterday. March of 2023, we saw then when the banks would go down, crypto would go up because people were looking for a hedge outside of banks. So we have noticed some inverse correlations and correlations with crypto that have been helpful. It helped us yesterday with some semiconductor trades, actually.
Well, it makes a lot of sense. I remember, when the last big crypto boom, there was, such a big boom in mining that it really drove NVIDIA, the last big rally that we saw there before this most recent cycle that you're seeing in NVIDIA. So that makes 100% sense to me. Lori, I love your charts, and I love what that you focus on so many different sectors. What's the best way for traders to find your work?
You can find us at youtube.chartguys.com. So I do the pregame show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that is free to the public. And it's just a 25-minute show where I go over 25 charts very efficiently. If you want to watch Forex Space Analytics, they're awesome too. They can get you ready for the trading day with Coach Dell and Blake. But I do the pregame show at 8:30 Eastern till 8:55 Eastern. I do that every day. You can check us out at chartguys.com. Or you can check me out on X at ChartGalLori.
Awesome. Well, Lori, it's really good to catch up. I promise the next time we catch up will not be in 1 year, but it's great to have you here. And I'll look forward to I'll look forward to the next time we're around and we're talking. We'll see how the psychedelics have done, and I'm really interested to see where the markets go from here. Do you have any? By the way, I know you focus a lot on charts. Do you have any last minute thoughts on maybe macro point of view, or is that something that you'd rather not cover?
The macro point of view, we just have to keep remembering priced in. Those two words are super important. Right now, with this market rally, we are pricing in rate cuts. So when the rate cuts happen, if we were to drop, don't be surprised. Just keep your mind open to all outcomes, and it makes trading a little bit easier. But we see a lot of people like, oh my God, they killed earnings. Why are they dropping? Because it was priced in. They were up 150% before earnings. And my perception is that's what we're doing right now is we're pricing in these rate cuts. So when they happen, don't let it catch you off guard with too much exposure to the bull side.
All right. Well, Lori, wise words, and really appreciate you coming on here to the Trader Summit. And I'll look forward to catching you the next time. If you guys like what Lori does, make sure you give her a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of the content below. And Lori, we'll catch you on the next one.
All right. Thanks, Blake.
Hey traders, Blake Morrow here. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like,
share, and subscribe to our channel. Also click the bell notifications so you do not miss any of our market-related trading analysis from some of the leading industry experts. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in the next video.